Hello everybody and welcome to this year's last episode of the UCAT Study With Me series, where we'll be doing some decision-making questions. So as always when revising, you'll be using a variety of resources, but one of the major resources that I used when revising for the UCAT was Medify. And so let's open it up and we'll start doing a few questions. So we'll spend roughly 20 or so minutes doing questions to allow us to really understand the various question types, but also to help you see how I'm approaching the questions. So as always when revising, it's important to keep an open mind, and whenever we make any mistakes, we must learn from those mistakes, so that we do not repeat them in the future. Everyone who sits in English got an A star, which is the highest passing grade at the school. The maths class got all A's apart from 1B. Only 3 people failed the Spanish exam. Ellie sat English, maths, Spanish and French exams. Okay, so Ellie passed her Spanish exam. We don't know that because it doesn't say. She just sat those exams. Ellie got at least 1 A star. Yes, because she did English. Ellie passed all her exams. We don't know, because 3 people failed the Spanish exam. If James is a student at the school and sat the English exam, then he must have passed. Yes, because he got an A star, because everyone who got at the school got an A star, who sat English. Ellie got an A in her maths exam. Again, we don't know if she got an A or a B. It says all of them got A except 1B, so Ellie may have been the only student who got that B. So we'll see apart from this. So with this sort of question, the key thing is that we look at the questions, then we look directly at the sort of passage they've given us, and we compare each statement to the passage and see, is it repeated there like for like, and can it be directly inferred from this information that we're given? And if not, then the conclusion doesn't follow. If it is directly inferred, then the conclusion does follow. Next question. Should the government put more money into improving train lines instead of mending roads? Yes, more people are likely to use trains if they're more efficient. Okay, but that's an assumption. Train lines are in worse condition, and improving lines will lead to increased efficiency of the services. That's a good conclusion, actually. And I got a strong argument. It is cheaper to carry out road repairs compared to fixing train lines. Okay, that does refer to money. Driving in potholes can lead to serious damage to cars. So this is quite indirectly related to the sentence. So it's not going to be A or D. No, it is cheaper to carry out roads. No, it is cheaper to carry out repairs on roads compared to fixing train lines. This is related to money, but I'd say it's going to be B, if anything, because it's asking which should we invest more in, and generally, if something's in worse condition, you are more likely to put money into it. Good. Dylan, Amy, Bella, and Mahin put their phones in a drawer. Their drawer is made up of 4 compartments, with compartment 1 being the top compartment and compartment 4 being the bottom. The colour of their phones are gold, black, pink, or silver. So here it's got lots of information. So what I'm going to do is, as you should do, get a piece of paper or a whiteboard out. And in the exam you can use a whiteboard, but I've only got paper today. So for this question there's lots of information, so it's really important that we start jotting information down to ensure that we get, we don't get all the information confused up. So let's take a look. So 4 compartments, let's quickly sketch that out, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dylan's phone is not black, so I'm going to put G, B, P, or S as the different colours. Dylan, and I've got D, A, B, M as a people. Dylan's phone is not black, so black. Bella's phone is above or below a gold phone. So, okay. There's a silver phone in the 3rd compartment, and it does not belong to Bella, so 3rd compartment is silver. So Bella's phone is either above or below a gold phone. Great. Remember, above and below doesn't mean it directly has to be above or directly below. It could be 2 up or 2 below. Dylan's and Amy's phone are in the uppermost or lowermost compartments. So silver there. So Dylan's is there, and then Amy is there, or Dylan, and then Amy. Silver phone is okay. Doesn't belong to Bella. So if it's not Bella's, then the 3rd compartment must be Amy's phone. No, not Amy's, sorry. What's the other guy? Mahin's phone is a silver phone. Great. Dylan's phone is not black. Well, there has to be a gold phone. Bella's phone is above or below a gold phone. That doesn't really help us. So Oh wait, Mahin is silver. Sorry, I worked that out ages ago. Why was I still waiting for that? Oh, oops. So as you can see here, worked out that Mahin's phone is a silver phone, and as soon as I worked that out, that was the answer practically. So there's no need to work out any of the other people's phones and their colours. So yeah, you need to realise sometimes that the extent of the question may be quite shallow, and there's no need to work everything out just to get to the answer. So very similar question here. We've got loads of information, so we're going to get this. So we've got Jack, Joe, Seb, Milo, and Chris all studied different subjects. They either study psychology, biology, history, sociology, or chemistry. So Jack and Joe do not study psychology and live in 103. Chris lives alone. Okay, Chrome lives in 104. So 104 has got chemistry and biology. 103 has got Jack and Joe. Therefore, Chris is alone in whatever house. So Jack and Joe do not study psychology. Okay, students studying. So Jack and Joe must study something between. Must study history and history. No, sorry, history and not history. History and sociology. Biology and chemistry live together, so Chris has to study psychology. Done. Nice. Taking a bit more time than good, but I'm explaining at the same time. So all the data analysis that is done nowadays depends on the quantity and quality of data that we have. Some people think that the more data we have, the better we'll be able to analyze it due to a large amount of information, resulting in better results. Some scientists believe that very little data contains useful information, hence quality of data is more important than quantity and is key to better results. Few still believe that a data processing technique is required no matter what to get reliable results. Great. Some scientists feel that more data means more analysis and ultimately better results. That is true, because that's stated there. According to some scientists, the quality of data is more important than quantity of data. Yes, that's according to some. Data processing allows for reliable results. Well, that's no. Only a few people believe that. More data leads to better analysis and ultimately better results. But we don't know that because some people think that. Data analysis of today does not specifically depend on quality alone. I'd say, yeah, because it says here, depends on the quantity and quality of data, so it has to be both. It's not just quality, it's quantity as well. So do you see how for the last statement I literally looked at the statement and it was directly stated right in front of me? So that was quite easy to work out there. Oh, partially correct there. Okay, where did I make a mistake? Some scientists feel that more data means more analysis and ultimately better results. That was no, the conclusion does not follow. And the text it says that some people and not some scientists. Damn it, okay, I should have read it more specifically. Some people, fair enough. So do you see how meticulous you have to be when picking apart the paragraph that I've given you to really fact check? So I think, yeah, decision making, this is sort of section where you've got to be good at fact checking. It's like, look at the paragraph, look at the statement, look at the paragraph again, and spot the fake news. So 4 students, Ellen, Frank, Gina, and Harry select different beverage from water, apple juice, OJ, and tea. Ellen selects a juice, therefore Ellen either went for apple juice or orange juice. Henry doesn't choose a tea, so Henry must choose water. Gina chooses orange juice, so therefore Ella chooses apple juice, and Frank chooses tea. So what does Frank choose? Frank chooses tea. And that was just simply done by a bit of scribbling there and working out what's what. So, yeah, you see, writing stuff down really is your best friend for decision-making questions. Right, many children who play mentally stimulating games have shown to have more creative minds than those that do not play such games. All the children in the room play mentally stimulating games. None of the children in the room have any interest in football. Okay. Timothy does not play mentally stimulating games, therefore he will not be a creative child. He will not be creative as a child, as he does not play these games. Well, it says many children. So not all. So no, that does not follow. He could be one of the few, he's the exception. No child in the room plays football. False, because it's, no children have an interest in football, not no child plays football. Mentally stimulating games may help to develop more creative minds in children. Yes, because it says that in the first sentence. All the children in the room have more creative minds than children that do not play mentally stimulating games. False. We can't tell that's, it's applying to all children. Aiden is a person in the room, so he must play mentally stimulating games. Yes. Well, no, he's not a child in the room. It says all the children in the room play mentally stimulating games, and Aiden's a person. So, as we found out in the last question, people and scientists are different, therefore people and children are different. Good work. Next question. Okay, we've got some data here. Wonderful. So, I'm just going to go through the question. Graph shows SAD. Total number of SAD reported increased consistently after August for that year. So, consistently, yes, increased. No, actually, it didn't increase consistently because it also, the total number, to be fair, that dropped by what? 40, whereas that increased by 40. So that didn't increase consistently. That sort of stayed the same after August for some parts. That doesn't follow. July had the lowest number of total cases of SAD reported in that year. June, July, yes, I agree. The peak in October for reports of SAD in children is likely to be the effects of returning to school. As in, we can't really say that because it doesn't link. Return in school, yes, kids do increase, but also the number of adult cases increases, so you can't really take that conclusion from the data. Children are more likely to be affected by seasonal affective disorder. Well, not really, because the children number always seems to be fewer in cases, so that's no. Reported SAD cases are more apparent during February and January in adults. February and January, adults have the highest cases in January and February, so that is true. Correct, great. Let's see how our score comes out there. So did you see, didn't spend too long actually understanding the data, simply read the question and referred between the data and the questions to just draw the information that it needs to have. Ali enjoys boxing and trains at a Predator gym 4 times a week. Okay, 4x. He also tries to hold boxing classes for children sent to the gym once a week, although it depends on his training schedule. Whenever Ali has an upcoming bout, he increases his training to 6 times a week. The additional sessions are extra strength and conditioning that he always does. So he does extra 2 weeks when he's about to fight, because that's strength and conditioning, S&C. So when preparing for a bout, Ali dedicates 2 days a week to strength and conditioning training. So it doesn't say that, he trains that many times per week, but he could train maybe twice on one day. So that doesn't follow. Ali holds boxing classes for children every week. It says he tries to hold, boxing classes. So it doesn't always follow because, maybe he can't do it 1 week. Ali does strength and conditioning, whether he's preparing for bout or not. We don't know that because it says the additional training, actually, no, that he always does. So, yes, that's true. He always does strength and conditioning anyway. Ali's students are members of Predator's gym. It doesn't say about them being members of the gym. So, for children to sign up to the gym once a week. That is true, actually. Because if you sign up, you remember. Predator Gym is where Ali does all his training. It doesn't actually say Ali out of Predator Gym. No. It says that he does his training there, but it doesn't refer to any other training. If it says Ali does all of his training at Predator Gym 4 times a week, then that's all of his training. So, again, we're looking for very specific words here to help us decide whether we can make a conclusion or not, and whether it's, sufficient. Only buses and trains are vehicles. So I'm going to write V, B, and T. Okay, so under V I've got 2 arrows, B and T. No buses are trains, and no trains are buses. Therefore, they're very completely different things. People are not vehicles. Great. So, what I need is... this is the one, because this big Venn diagram is a vehicle, and then buses are buses, trains are trains, and peoples are not vehicles, therefore people comes outside of the big Venn diagram. So, that's one way of doing it. Another way of sort of drawing it out for you guys could be like this. So, if that if you can see that, hopefully. If so, you can see that. Vehicles and people aren't equal, and buses and trains are a subset of vehicles. So hopefully you saw that, and if you didn't, hopefully you understand still. Right, next question. People play a video game which involves controlling a choice of 2 kingdoms and being able to pick characters to reside within their kingdoms. Nice. The diagram shows below the total number of players who choose different characters to run, like whatever. Great. So let's zoom in. Based on the diagram, how many people choose a vendor and a blacksmith, but not a soldier in Kingdom A? So Kingdom A is the circle. So a vendor and a blacksmith. So I need a bubble and blacksmith. That's 7, but not a soldier. So soldier is that. So 7. That's kind of easy. Okay. We'll see how that turns out. Fingers crossed that's good. Yep, that's nice. Next question. Right, which of the following are the last true? Okay, so I've got some, it's like algebra here, squares minus circles, it's quite confusing here. So what I'm going to do is just going to look through that. Equals that plus that. So, triangle, square, and circle. Great. So I know that, well, what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to simplify the above statements. So I know that technically 1 square, 3y, therefore x equals 1.5y. I know that 1 square is equal to 1.5 circles, and so, wait, I know that 2 squares, no, if I move this square over to this side, that square disappears. So it's a triangle plus a circle, which is equal to a rectangle, because if I bring that circle over there, that's a triangle plus a circle, which is equal to a rectangle. Ta-da, done. Quite easy. Didn't have to overcomplicate it there. So with these questions, where you get a load of shapes adding up to one another, try and move things around to see which things you can equate and what you can cancel out, and then that usually simplifies it down very quickly and does help get an answer rather quickly. Right. Another question. 5 students, Dylan, E, Eric, Amelia, Kirsty, Adam, jump distances in no particular order. So Dylan jumped 4 centimeters less than Amelia. So 4 centimeters less. So this is 4 than that. So Dylan is 4.14, Amelia's 4.18. So I'm going to write Amelia next to that. Dylan jumped less. Eric and Amelia jumped the furthest 2 distances. So Amelia and Eric. Wait. Okay, so Amelia and Eric jumped the furthest 2 distances. That means Amelia's there, and then that doesn't make sense. Jump the furthest 2 distances. So if that means Dylan can't be 4.14. Dylan's 4.10. Amelia's 4.14. Then 4.18 is Eric. So Eric is 4.18, Amelia, then Dylan, and then Kirsty jumped 20 centimeters further than Adam. So Kirsty's 3.98, 3.78. So shortest to longest, or longest to shortest, is Eric, Amelia, Dylan, Kirsty, Adam. Done. Yeah, that took a bit long actually. I could have done it a bit faster, but never mind. Right, last question. Gemma is buying her grandmother a magazine subscription. An annual subscription to the magazine Country Life costs £42, where the reader receives 1 issue per month. Glorious Garden is £156 per year. And a new issue is published each week. That's for 52 copies, because that's per week. Individually, each issue costs £4 for non-subscribers. Okay, £4, non-subscribers. The magazine Modern Crocheting, or Crocheting? Crochet? Modern Crocheting. The magazine Modern Crocheting is usually £5 per monthly issue, but for subscribers, it is half price for the whole year. The respective subscriptions, Glorious Gardens magazine is cheaper than Country Life per issue. So Glorious Gardens cost 52 issues, so it's £3 an issue if you're a subscriber. And then Country Life is £5 per monthly issue. But for subscribers, it is half price for the whole year. So it's £2.50 per thing. So Glorious Gardens is no, Modern Crocheting is cheaper. Where's Country Life? Oops, there we go. Sorry. Country Life is £42 for 12, which is around £3.50 each. So actually, Glorious Gardens is cheaper than Country Life by 50p. Subscribers of Modern Crocheting would save more money than subscribers of Glorious Gardens annually. It's usually £5 per monthly issue, but for subscribers it is half price of the whole year. So yes, it's £30 a year. Saving wise. So saving wise for the whole year, Modern Crocheting they save £30 for the whole year, because half price, and then for Glorious Gardens 52 issues save for £1 each. Actually, yeah, the people with Glorious Gardens save more per issue if you're subscribed. Per issue, Modern Crocheting is the best value for money with a subscription. Well, it's a monthly issue, and it's £30 a year for 12 issues, which is roughly around £2 something, which is actually quite cheap. So yeah, that's correct. Actually no, because Glorious Gardens it's £156. That's £3. Actually, no, yeah, so that's right. Gemma will buy the subscription, which is the lowest cost per year. We don't know that. She doesn't say. Subscribers of Glorious Gardens save £2 per issue compared to non-subscribers who buy each issue individually. No, because Glorious Gardens cost £156 per year each week, 52 weeks. 156 divided by 52 is £3 an issue, so it's £1 per issue. So that's no, that doesn't follow. Right, let's see how that turns out for us. Hopefully 5 out of 5, but maybe made a silly mistake somewhere calculating, but I don't think we did. And lo and behold, we got that correct. Perfect. Right. Well, with that, I hope you found that useful. I hope you understand how to approach decision making a bit better, about how I approach it. And your best friend is a whiteboard in your case to jot things down as you go along, to make sure you have all the information in front of you in a sort of logical manner when making decisions. In decision making, they do present the information in sort of a very convoluted, rich way. And so it's important that we simplify this information down to allow us to understand it, to then allow us to make decisions using this information that we've now understood. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, then please give it a big thumbs up. And if you are looking forward to my other videos about medicine and my life, outside of medicine as well, then please do subscribe to the channel. And also go follow me on Instagram, where you can keep up to date with me and my daily shenanigans, whether I'm cycling or studying or, well, having a good meal. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Cheerio.